Okay, example 3, solve a problem involving a linear quadratic system. So we're going to take a look at this example of a parallelogram, okay, where the base is 2x minus 6, the side is 2y minus 2, and the altitude or the height is x minus 2. We are told in this problem that the perimeter of our parallelogram is 28 centimeters. And remember, perimeter means the distance around the object. So that would mean to add up all the sides of your object. And the area is 10y centimeters squared. And the area for a parallelogram in formula is base times height. Okay, now because they have given us a value for the perimeter and an expression for the area, we will need to find a simplified expression for the perimeter of the parallelogram as well as a simplified expression for the area of the parallelogram. So let's start with our perimeter. Like I said, perimeter is the distance around the object. So you can, if the base is 2x minus 6, then the top part of our parallelogram is 2x minus 6, and if one side is 2y minus 2, then the other side is 2y minus 2 also. So if we want perimeter, then we just have to take the 2x minus 6 and times it by 2, and the 2y minus 2 and times it by 2. Okay, so remember in this case, perimeter will be twice the length plus twice the width, or if you yeah, I guess that's the best way to describe it, length and width. We already know that our perimeter is 28, so let's plug that into our formula. 28 is equal to twice our length, and our length is 2x minus 6, and twice our width, which is 2y minus 2. So that means 28 is equal to 4x minus 12. Plus 4y minus 4, and you will get 4x plus 4y, and negative 12 minus 4 is negative 16. So let's move up over here. What I want to do is to bring the negative 16 over to the left and add the 16 to the 28, which will give us 44. Equals to 4x plus 4y, and then I'm just going to rewrite it like this: 4x plus 4y equals 44. And notice that all of our coefficients are divisible by 4, so if I simplify this equation, which I will call equation 1, I would get x plus y equals 11. Alright, so let's write an expression for the area of our parallelogram. We know that the formula is base times height, and the expression they gave us for the area is 10y. Okay, so if area is base times height, and I know that the area is 10y, and my base is 2x minus 6, and my height is x minus 2, right? Then I can FOIL, and I get 2x squared minus 4x minus 6x plus 12, so I get 10y is equal to 2x squared minus 10x plus 12. Okay, and notice that all of your terms are divisible by 2. So I can simplify this by writing 5y is equal to x squared minus 5x plus 6, and I will call this equation 2. Okay, so you want to write a system of equations and solve the system for x and y. And so we have our first equation, which is x plus y equals 11. And we have our second equation, which is 5y equals x squared minus 5x plus 6. And you need to make a decision as to whether you want to use elimination or substitution to solve. And I'm going to use substitution because if I look at equation 1, it's easy enough to solve for y. And I'm going to choose y because if I isolate for x, I'm going to get a binomial, and then I have to plug it into x squared and 5x, and it will just make things messy. So it might just be easier to solve for y here. So I'm going to go y equals 11 minus x, and I am going to substitute 11 minus x into y over here. Okay, and so I will get 5 times 11 minus x is equal to x squared minus 5x plus 6. I'm going to expand the 5. Okay, and I notice I have a quadratic, so I will want to make everything equal to 0. Okay, so I've got x squared. Now notice I have negative 5x on both sides, so I can cancel those out. I'm going to bring my 55 over to the right. It becomes negative, and 6 minus 55 is minus 49. And I can now solve. Now notice I have a difference of squares. Okay, so I could factor if I wanted to, but it might be just as easy to bring the 49 over, negative 49 over, and it becomes positive. And then square root both sides, and remember to put plus and minus in front of here, and so I would get that x is equal to plus and minus 7. And we will want to reject the negative 7. Okay, and one of the reasons is because if I go up here, and if I was going to plug negative 7 into this expression, I would get like a negative height, which we can't, right? Because negative 7 minus 2 equals negative 9. And you can't have a negative height. And if I plugged it into here too, right, I would get negative 14 minus 6, which is negative 20. And I can't have a negative length either, so we don't want to choose negative 7. So x then is equal to 7. All right, we want to find out what y is. So we go back up here, and we've got two equations. It's probably going to be easier to find out what y is using our linear equation, right? It'll be less work. So, and I've already have it isolated for y, right? I already know that y is equal to 11 minus x, so I'm just going to plug in 7 there, and I get that y is equal to 4, okay? All right, so we've wrote our system of equation, and we've solved for x and y. Now we want to interpret our solution. And what does that mean in context of our parallelogram? Well, what that's going to mean is what is the length, what is the width, and what is the height. Okay, so the height, the expression for the height is x minus 2. So when x equals 7, I substitute that in, and I find that the height is 5. The base, the expression for the base is 2x minus 6. So when x equals 7, I'm going to plug 7 in for x. I get 14 minus 6, which is 8. And my width is 2y minus 2. So when x equals 7, I get 2 times 7 minus 2, which is 14 minus, sorry, let's back up here because I have a y, right? And I already know y is 4. So I have to plug in y is 4. Okay, so I'm going to go 2 times 4 minus 2, which is 8 minus 2. And I find that my width is 6. So the height is 5 centimeters. The base is 8 centimeters. And the width is 6 centimeters. And you can check to see if all this is true too. So for perimeter, we know perimeter is 28. So if I go twice the base and twice the height, right? So 2 times 8 plus 2 times 12, I get 16 plus, oops, sorry, this is 6, 2 times 6. I get 16 plus 12, which is 28. Okay, so that works. For area, base times height, right? I know the area is 5y. So y is 4. And that should equal my base times my height. And my base is 8 times 5. That doesn't work. Oh, sorry. It's 10y. Right? The area was 10y. Okay, so that gives me 40 equals 40. And that's correct. All right, so you've checked, and you know you are correct.